What is up? Once again, ladies and gentlemen, everyone in between, it is once again your boy Dane talking about something else other than a movie review, but it is movie based. But yeah, here we go. And as you can see, I'm wearing the same shirt I did reviewing the newest Peaky Blinders movie because I literally just filmed it. I'm filming two videos in one day. So yeah, I literally just filmed my review just like 5 minutes ago. But yeah, here we go. So the Peaky Blinders, the Immortal Man movie review is gonna be released first, and then like I'm gonna release this video a couple of days after that, or maybe one day after that, or I might just release it on the same day. I don't know. We'll see what my vibe is by then. You saw the title of this video. Yeah. I'm here to talk about my top 15 favorite movies of the 2020s of the decade so far. I mean, we're at 2026. We're pretty much midway. We're midway into this decade. That's crazy. Like, holy shit. Time flew by very fast. So, yeah, I got the idea. Why not just make. I want to talk about my favorite movies of the decade so far. So, let's go. Why not? Yeah. Originally, just gonna make this a top 10, but I was like, a lot of good movies this decade. So, like, not gonna lie. So, yeah, let's turn top 15. So, yeah, here we go. Top 15. Without further ado, let's get started with number 15. We have Nope, Jordan Peele's third movie, and this is Jordan Peele once again proving himself to be one of the most ambitious, original, and creative voices working in horror today. This is a movie that seamlessly blends horror, science fiction, and social commentary into a cinematic experience that's both thrilling and thought provoking. He builds tension masterfully using suspense, timing, and spectacle to keep us on edge while exploring themes like exploitation, spectacle once again, and our obsession with capturing things on camera. I really love that. I really loved how this movie delved into those themes with the monkey with Jupe. I really love that. Also, that scene with Gordon. Oh, whoo! Like genuine. That's how you build tension. Like what an intense scene. Yeah, I love that. Daniel Kaluuya and Kiki Palmer are both great, and their sibling dynamic is great and was very fun to watch on screen for sure. The cinematography and the sound design too. Like holy shit, Jean Jacket. They did such a great job of showing us and making us hear the just how terrifying Jean Jacket is. Just the grand scope and danger of Jean Jacket. Like I absolutely adore the scene where like Jupe and his audience have been eaten by Jean Jacket, right? And like, oh yeah, also that scene itself like is horrifying when we see the people in like getting eaten by Jean Jacket. Holy shit, what a way to go! But yeah, but the scene after that where Daniel Kaluuya's character like goes to Jupe's amusement park and he sees his horse in the middle of the stage and he's trying to get his horse and the camera is just on Jean Jacket. It's tracking Jean Jacket. It's like over the shoulder of Daniel Kaluuya and it's tracking Jean Jacket fly over the sky. I fucking love that scene. I love that so much. The cinematography in this movie is amazing. Some of the best nighttime looking scenes I've seen in a while. Really, it's great job. Next up, we have the long-awaited sequel that I think surpassed the original, which is a sequel that expands James Cameron's original world with absolutely astonishing visual ambition while keeping the heart of the story intact in like the character dynamics with the family, Jake Neytiri, their daughter, their sons. I loved the family dynamic in this movie. I thought it was the absolute heart of the story and I thought it worked. And the visual effects. This is an amazing look. Like this is a gorgeous looking movie. Like these Avatar movies are just some of the best movies I've ever watched in cinemas for sure. And Way of the Water is my favorite Avatar movie for so far from the three. Definitely my favorite of the trilogy. Just the visuals, the water scenes, the underwater scenes, absolutely groundbreaking and amazing work from James Cameron. And the awe-inspiring action sequences, like the final battle, the whole like last 40 to 45 minutes of this movie, like that is the definition of delivering on action spectacle. Like that is how you do it. The action's epic. That final battle's fucking awesome. This whole movie kicks ass, and it was absolutely awesome. It was one of my favorite theater experiences for sure. And I wish I watched it in IMAX. I watched it in 4DX. I wish I watched it in IMAX. 4DX was also pretty fun, considering it's 3 hours of water being sprayed at me. Because yeah, they spray water in 4DX, and this is fucking. This movie's about water, bro. What the fuck? I'm still pissed, by the way. I'm still absolutely fucking pissed. Like, this is an amazing movie, and it's an absolute crime that it got zero love at the Oscars this year. Like, how? I thought it would have at least gotten a nomination at Best International Feature, but it didn't. What the fuck is that shit? Holy, what? This I love this movie. This is a movie with a wildly absurd premise, and it turns it into a sharp, dark comedy with a deeply human story that reflects something in modern life, that reflects our modern life, how we might react when something like this happens to us. Like, you know what I'm directed by Park Chan Wook. Everything is masterfully crafted. The visuals and the camera work, the cinematography, some of the best shot compositions of 2025 for sure. I would even say some of the best shot compositions of the decade so far. Like, absolutely striking, absolutely precise. Like I said in my best of the year favorite films of 2025 video, it just shows just how masterful and precise of a filmmaker Park Chan Wook really is. The tone constantly shifts between comedy, suspense, and drama without ever feeling jarring, without ever losing tension or its focus, and I really love that. The first confrontation scene where the you had the loud music blasting in the background, and he's confronting his first target. What a scene! Absolutely amazing work there. Like I said, it's a thoughtful satire of capitalism. It's a meditation on masculinity and worth and being a father, and it's a biting commentary on how societal pressure can really push a man to his limit. Like, yeah, it can warp even good intentions into something malicious. At its core is an absolute powerhouse performance by Lee Byung Hun. Great work. This is a guy who you see just spiral, who just descend into madness, and I absolutely love that. It was hilarious, but it was also very intense, and I really love this movie. I thought it was a great film. That was, I would say, this is the biggest snub of the year. Because what the fuck? How? One of the best theater experiences I've had this decade. I would even say of all time. This is an absolutely beautiful movie. Like, I could say it's the best looking animated movie of all time, and I don't care. If someone said that to me, I would probably agree because this was fucking amazing work. This is a film that pushes the boundaries of animation while delivering a deeply emotional story. Like, you can tell where the time was spent. You can tell where the money was spent. You can tell why there was a 5 year gap between the first movie and this movie. Because you can tell where the work went, and it's amazing. And I hope they deliver on Beyond. I really, really, really do. I really do. Please. I hope they do. The action sequences are inventive and exhilarating. That whole scene where he's trying to escape Nueva York, amazing work. A movie that just blends superhero spectacle with just gorgeous animation. And it's such a well balanced movie, too. It's funny, it has heart, and you can feel the stakes. Like, in just like one movie, Spot went from being this like just goofy ass character to someone pretty terrifying. This movie did that. Just saying. Yeah, altogether, it's a technical marvel, and it's a triumph. Altogether, it's a technical marvel. It's gorgeous, and definitely one of my favorite animated movies of all time. I don't care what anyone says. This was amazing. Next up, we have another superhero movie, but not from Marvel this time, and it's my favorite superhero of all time. The Batman. What a movie. And it still pisses me off that it was snubbed from best cinematography because how? Tell me how. Greg Fraser did an amazing job with this movie. His cinematography, holy shit. Yeah. The Batman, what makes the Batman stand out as like this great movie is because it reinvents a familiar superhero story into something darker, more grounded, and intensely atmospheric. Matt Reeves crafts a Gotham that feels like a living, breathing city, rain-soaked, shadowy, and full of menace. And it turns Gotham into a character itself, sort of like how Drive with Ryan Gosling turns LA into a character. The Batman does that with Gotham, and I thought Matt Reeves did an amazing job with that. You can definitely feel the influence with of Seven in this movie. You know how New York also felt like its own character in that movie because it was so grimy. It was super dark. It was grimy. It was disgusting, and the characters themselves said it was disgusting. Okay, I'm just fucking afraid. I'm not saying New York is disgusting, but yeah, in that movie, yeah, they presented it in that manner, and you can definitely feel the influence of Seven and David Fincher as a whole on this movie. Absolutely, and yeah, I love how the film delved into a more neo noir, mystery detective movie with Batman because Batman is the greatest detective in the world. Yeah, and I loved how that was their main focus. I really really love that. Riddler's amazing. Definitely felt the influence of the Zodiac Killer there, and just John Doe from Seven for sure. It was Kyle's first time watching Seven last week. We watched it after Immortal Man, and yeah, he was like, "Damn, this is so like the Riddler," and like, yeah, so there you go. Yeah, and Robert Pattinson delivers a brooding, conflicted Batman. He was amazing as Batman. Like I would understand if someone told me he was their favorite Batman. I get it. He was great in this movie. So was Zoe Kravitz and like I said, Paul Dano, both amazing. Also, I'm a Paul Dano. I stand with Paul Dano. Weakest actor in SAG. What the fuck? Clearly, haven't watched this movie. Overall, this is a movie that feels more grounded and impactful than your typical superhero blockbuster, while still delivering something very climactic and cinematic. Great job. And I cannot wait for Batman Part 2. I absolutely cannot wait. This may be recency bias, but I don't give a flying fuck. I loved Project Hail Mary. This is a movie that reminds me why I love going to the cinemas. This is a movie that reminds me why I love sci-fi and why it's probably my favorite genre in film or just in literature as a whole. Like this is another visually stunning and immersive film on this list with breathtaking space sequences. The Petrova line scene fucking gorgeous, and the production design that is literally accurately ripped straight out the book, and even at times it elevates the source material, and I love that. I love what they did with this movie for sure. Like I said in my review, one of the most gorgeous looking movies I've seen in a theater for sure. Ryan Gosling gives one of his best performances, and his bromance with Rocky was exactly what I wanted it to be. It's exactly how I imagined it in the book. Rocky also is exactly how I imagined in the book. It's crazy how how like accurate he looked to my imagination. Like the five legs and it's crazy. I really love that. And yeah, that whole fishing scene, amazing work. Just yeah, this movie's endearing. It's funny. It's mesmerizing, and I loved it. And it's my number 10. It cracked top 10. I don't give a fuck if it's recency bias, bitch. Next up is one of my favorites from 2024 that I also think like another movie that I thought got absolutely snubbed and got zero love at the Oscars that year, which I think is a crime. Like what is up nowadays? Yeah, but this I loved it, and that is what a thrilling and entertaining movie. Holy shit. And the fact that the Oscars snubbed this, I'm still salty about it. Like, how could you not nominate this for Best Original Score, especially when it was winning pretty much all the awards for Best Original Score? I don't know how. I don't get why how they snubbed it. Also, they snubbed it for best editing. And you know what pisses me off more? Anora won best editing for that year, and they didn't nominate challengers for best film editing. Arguably, had the best editing of that year. It's a film that uses tennis not just as a backdrop, but as a way to explore desire, competition, and human complexity, turning a sports story into something emotional and energetic. It's anchored by three standout performances. You have Zendaya, Josh O'Connor, Mike Feist, um, and yeah, all three of them did an amazing job. I'm Team Art, just throwing that out there, but yeah, you know. Luca Guadagnino once again does an amazing job. He cleverly weaves the romance and rivalry together within an energetic, stylish visual language that feels both sensual and dynamic, so that every match, every glance, every shot, and every moment off the court feels impactful and it feels like they have meaning. And I absolutely love that. I love the scene where just Art does the thing in like the final match where he puts the tennis ball in between the tennis racket and shit. Or no, that was Patrick. Sorry, Patrick does that to Art, and I love that. I absolutely love that. I love this movie. It's a masterfully edited and masterfully made movie that I thought at this point might be underrated. Like when it came out, a lot of people loved it, and a lot of people were really loving it. But now it's like I might say this is underrated at this point. Could this be considered underrated? I think it could, considering it got snubbed. I absolutely loved this movie. This was my favorite movie of 2021, and I could even say this one of my favorite musicals of all time. Because as blasphemous as this may sound, I'm sorry to anyone I may offend, but I don't give a fuck. It's my opinion. I like this more than the 1961 version. That's my hot take. There, I said it. I like it more than the 1961 version. I don't care. I don't care. Fight me. I said it, and I don't regret it. I absolutely don't. I remember I was in an org in grade 10, and it was like a film org, and we were tasked to watch both West Side Stories, the 1961 and the 2021 version, and just the entire session, my teacher was pretty much shitting on the 2021 version and glazing the 1961 version. And I get it; it's his opinion. No shade, no shade. That's his opinion. That's fine. I respect it. And I was like, damn. I feel like I'm the only one who prefers the 2021 version to the 1961 version. I hope there are others like me out there, please. But yeah, I love this. Steven Spielberg just showing that he's still fucking got it. He's still showing these new gens that he's still the goat, and he's still got the magic of filmmaking. Because goddamn, the musical sequences are just breathtaking. Spielberg directs it with a kind of fluidity that makes every scene feel alive. The America sequence is a personal favorite of mine. The G Officer Krupke is also great. Every element, the movement, the music, the performances, and direction, it just works together so seamlessly. A huge part of its power, though, comes from the performances. Rachel Zegler. Rachel Zegler is amazing in this movie. She is. And even though she's gotten canceled and she's getting shit on for what she said in the past, I will defend her because she was amazing in this movie. She was also amazing in the Hunger Games movie. That's why, yeah, I'm a big fan of her. She's so talented. She's immensely talented, and she shows it in this movie. Ariana DeBose is also amazing in this movie. Like she's electric. Her energy, her anger, uh, her joy in the America scene, it practically burst off the screen. Like it genuinely did. Mike Faist, once again, he's on my list. Wow, yeah, he's also amazing as Riff, and I really loved how they added more depth to Riff's character in this movie. Like I remember watching the 1961 version, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, it's great. It's a great movie. But like watching the 21 version, I was really surprised and I was really happy with what they did with Riff's character and giving him more depth and giving him more emotion. And you know, bite. And I really love that. Together, they ground the film so it never feels like just spectacle. It's always rooted in human emotion, and I love that. And yeah, this was a great movie. Definitely, I'm not a big musical guy, but I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to musical films, West Side Story 2021 might be my favorite. I'm sorry, I said it. I don't care. I don't care. My opinion. Next up in number seven, we have the fourth installment of one of my favorite franchises, and I would even argue that this is the best entry into said franchise, and that is one of the best action movies of all time, not just of this decade, not just of this century, of all time. Holy shit. Granted, I can say that for all the John Wick movies, but Chapter 4 is just on a different level, in my opinion. It takes everything the franchise is known for. It takes everything I love from the previous movie, the action, the cinematography, the style, the world building, and it just cranks it up to 11, pushing it to new heights and to an almost operatic level. I love this movie. The action is fucking phenomenal. Director Chad Stahelski elevates the film with bold, almost surreal set pieces. It's such an aesthetic movie. Like I remember showing this to Lance, and he was like, "This is probably the most aesthetic movie of all time." Because holy shit, this movie looks gorgeous. Just the production, the sets, the locations they chose, the cinematography, the lighting, the colors, the overhead video game sequence, like with the Dragon Breath shotgun. Oh my god, the Paris staircase fight, the club fight where he's facing off against Scott Adkins. By the way, Scott Adkins in a John Wick movie, that got me so excited. Like I watched this in theaters, and when it got to his fight scene with Scott Adkins in the club, holy shit! Imagine Scott Adkins was wearing a whole fat suit, and he was still able to make roundhouse kicks, and he was still that flexible. Like holy shit, what a fight scene, what a movie. Just the whole sequence in Okinawa too, absolutely amazing. Like it just got better and better and better and better and better as the movie went on, and it's just amazing. This is a bigger, more inventive film, and it constantly found new ways to keep me engaged to up itself. And yeah, I loved it. And it's the best looking John Wick film. The song, this, like I said, the cinematography is just insane, and this is the definition of an absolute action extravaganza in every single like sense of that phrase. Amazing work. Like I could place this movie all day. The action is amazing, and if I could watch it again in theaters, if I could watch it again in IMAX, I would. I absolutely would. Like, holy shit, this was amazing. And it definitely is my number seven. Definitely one of my favorite movies of the decade, for sure. What else is there to say that I haven't already said? I've already made a review. It was in my best of 2025 video. Like, I don't know what else to say. It's a creatively original film that just feels intensely personal. There's a sense that every scene is driven by theme rather than plot mechanics, which gives the film a kind of quiet confidence. I thought Ryan Coogler did an amazing job exploring the themes. This is a film that it feels like a passion project, and yeah, it's such it's such an ambitious work, and what a great job he did. Because holy shit, and I'm gonna repeat myself. That scene, that scene, that scene. Holy shit. So here we are, top five. My top five of the decade so far. Can you guess what my top five is? Can you guess? Can you make a guess? Yeah, no. Okay. Let's get straight to it. Number five. We have another movie from 2025, One Battle After Another. Like I said, with Sinners, I've talked about this movie so many times already, but yeah, I don't know what else to say. But yeah, I'm glad this won Best Picture. Absolutely deserved it. Sean Penn fucking won. Fuck yes. Yeah, what else is there to say that I haven't already? It's an amazing work. Very entertaining and features some uninspiring chase sequences too. Amazing work. Chase Infinity's great. DiCaprio's great. It's funny. It's action packed. It's entertaining, but it's also filled with heart. Yeah, great job. Number four, we have a 30-year sequel that I thought would never, ever, 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 ever be as good as it was. Like when it was first announced, I was like, yeah, I feel like that's gonna be decent. You know, trailers dropped and shit like that. I was like, yeah, it's gonna be decent. It's gonna be decent. Never did I expect it would be in my top four of the decade so far. Like I never expected it to be that good. Imagine a legacy sequel 30 years later, and it's way better than the original in every level. Holy shit. Of course, I'm talking about what a blast. This is the definition of a cinematic experience. This is the definite summer blockbusters. Summer blockbusters should strive to be more like this movie. Like, holy shit, Top Gun Maverick works so well because it understands exactly what made the original so iconic and then takes it a step further and elevates it with precision, emotion, and just authentic, practical action sequences. At the center is Tom Cruise, whose commitment to practical filmmaking, into making practical action sequences, gives this movie a level of authenticity that's pretty much unheard of nowadays with modern blockbusters. And that's why I love Tom Cruise. That's why I love the Mission Impossible movies. That's why I love this movie. Is this guy's just so committed to giving us, the audience, an entertaining experience, and I absolutely love that from him. The aerial sequences just feel so real because they largely are. It puts you right inside the cockpit with the pilots. It's loud, it's intense, and I absolutely loved it. The film also grounds everything in character, turning Maverick into a more reflective, vulnerable figure who's forced to confront his past and his place in a ever changing world. The film also taps into something timeless, the idea of legacy. You have Rooster, with the son of Goose, and you have Maverick feeling guilty about all that and shit like that. And I love how the film focuses on what you pass on, what you hold on to, and when you finally let go. And in the end, it's such an amazing movie because it delivers pure cinema exhilaration without losing heart. It's a thrilling, emotional, and confident movie in a way that reminds you how powerful and just how entertaining and just how impactful a straightforward, well crafted blockbuster can truly be. Like, not everything has to be like The Godfather, not everything has to be super complex. Top Gun Maverick just shows, just make, just, if you know what you're doing, and you know how to craft it, you can make something really special. And I fucking love that. Top three. Top three. Top three. I feel like you already know what my top three is, considering, yeah, I feel like it's gonna be very common in a lot of people's lists. But I don't care. I don't care. My number three is Christopher Nolan. Once again, proving why he is truly one of the best directors working today, and proving why he's my favorite director of all time. I don't care what anyone says. Call him overrated. Call him what you want. I don't care. I love Christopher Nolan. I love his films. I love how he shows that blockbuster and art can be one and the same. This is a film that brings together storytelling, filmmaking craft, and big ideas in a way that is just so rare nowadays. It transforms a dense intellectual story into something deeply gripping and thrilling and cinematic. Nolan builds tension through structure and pacing, making dialogue heavy scenes feel as intense as action. That whole courtroom scene between what's his name? Between Jason Clark and Killian Murphy, absolutely amazing work from both of them, and just from a directing standpoint too, just amazing work. And yeah, Killian Murphy delivering one of my favorite performances of the decade, so haunting. And yeah, the score by Ludwig Göransson and the film's overwhelming sound design just pulls you into a constant state of anxiety, especially in the lead up to the Trinity test. That whole scene with the Trinity test, amazing work. One of my favorite scenes of the decade for sure. And yeah, rather than over explaining, the film definitely relies on visual language to express complex ideas and emotional turmoil. Especially in the scene where Oppenheimer's like giving this speech in front of people, like after, like this is after the bombs have been dropped, and like he's giving this speech to the people in Los Alamos, and they're sitting on the bleachers and shit, and he's giving this speech, and I loved what Christopher Nolan did with that scene. Like I could genuinely say with full confidence, this is Christopher Nolan at his best. This is this may not be my favorite Christopher Nolan movie, but I can confidently say this is Christopher Nolan at his best when it comes to directing. He showed up. He stepped up. Like he was doing things that like I didn't expect him to do. Like you know what I mean? Like it was amazing work. Like I was sitting in the theater being like, holy shit! Like he's he's really going for it. He's going for that Oscar. Like damn. Yeah, I was genuinely impressed by this movie, and I was genuinely impressed by Nolan. Like at that time, he was already my favorite director, and I was still impressed by what he was doing with this movie. Amazing work. I could even say this is his best movie. Like it's not my favorite, but this very well could be his best movie. Like I wouldn't argue with anyone like if they said that. Yeah, amazing work. An absolute sci-fi masterpiece that will be talked about for years to come, for sure. A mind-blowing spectacle that lives up to the epicness and grand scope of its story, accompanied by an amazing cast and a revelational performance by Timothy Chalamet as Paul Atreides. One of the best theater experiences and one of the best looking movies I have ever seen in a theater. Or just not even in a theater, just one of the best looking movies of all time. And I absolutely cannot wait for Dune Part 3. If they stick the landing with Dune Part 3, I might have a new favorite trilogy of all time. Granted, I have not watched The Lord of the Rings yet, so I can't, I haven't watched it yet, so I can't speak on it. But if they stick the landing with Dune 3, I think about to have a favorite trilogy of all time. Because yeah, I can't wait. I love Dune 1. I love Dune 2. Yeah, for sure. This was just like like I said with Project Hail Mary. This reminds me why I love sci-fi. It just does. And yeah, can't wait for Dune 3. Dune Part 2 is my number 2. And we have made it. My number 1, my favorite movie of the 2020s so far. My favorite movie of this decade so far. What do you think it is? I mean, it's an obvious answer because I mean, there's only really one answer to to that question, right? I mean, come on. Of course, it's gonna be. This is easily my favorite movie of the decade so far. No other movie this decade has reminded me why I love cinema and why I love the craft of filmmaking quite like this one did. It reminded me why I love watching movies, why I love learning more about filmmaking. This is the absolute definition of imagination. This movie is the absolute definition of creativity. And I appreciated the film so much more when I learned more about the behind the scenes, with the budget constraints and how they were able to cleverly work around those constraints. Having only 5 people work with on the visual effects, um, having Adobe Premiere Pro, I think, was their main editing software. which is crazy. And like the fact that they were able to produce something like this is insane. I am beyond impressed with this movie. And also, I'm not fucking ashamed to admit that I cried twice during this movie. Yeah, like this is why I want to make movies. If ever, like that's my dream. Of course, it's impractical, but this movie's like that's why I want to make a movie. Like this pushes the boundaries of imagination. Like it's everything I want from a fucking movie. It's funny, it's imaginative, the action's great, and it's fucking emotional. It made me cry. It made me laugh. It made me cry. It made me say, "Holy shit, the action's amazing!" Like it had everything. It literally it had everything I wanted from a fucking movie. And you have to appreciate the originality. You have to appreciate the ambition. You have to appreciate the creativity. You have to appreciate the innovation. Like you just have to appreciate this movie. It's amazing. It's mind blowing, and yeah, like I said, I am beyond impressed. Like when I first watched this, this is magic. This is pure movie magic. This is pure filmmaking magic. That's all I have to say, really. Like I don't know what else there's to say. Yeah, this is easily my favorite movie of the decade so far. Yeah, those have been my 15 favorite movies of the decade so far. We have, including this year, we have 5 more years to go. Yeah, can't wait. What else is in store for us? A lot of great movies coming up this year, of course. Like I said, and we have Batman Part Two. We're gonna have Beyond the Spider Verse, and we're gonna have a lot of unheard movies. We're gonna have a lot of movies that we haven't even heard of that might make it to the list. Like I said, Everything Ever All at Once. I remember when that first came out, I only watched one trailer, and look at it now. It's my favorite movie of the decade so far. So yeah, definitely can't wait for what the rest of this decade has in store for us. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please hit the like button, and please continue to support the channel. That would be very, 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 very nice of you to do. It's Holy Week. It's Holy Week. Like, give it to me, please. Just to continue to support the channel. We very much need it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye bye.